oh, I'm getting to work in a film, I'm so happy, I was just overjoyed with everything. I had zero money in my account. I ran away from my family. I really cried because I was like, I really want to speak I want to speak in Hindi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I forgot the question. So yeah, great.
So, yeah, we were talking about the comments.
So yeah, you got the answer, right?
Right. I got my answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God, yeah.
You forgot.
Yeah, because nobody's ever asked me that.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Yeah,
Hi, this is Shalini Pandey and you're watching me on Now Streaming with Shlok.
Today we have with us the very talented and very versatile actor Shalini Pandey, and she's already established herself in the South and has made great moves in Bollywood as well. Most notably Jayeshbai Jordaar, which was honestly I watched it again.
You did?
Watched
Are
it
you
again
lying
because,
for the interview?
No, I watched it again
Okay.
because of the interview,
Okay.
and I just a special shout out because I really liked your character. So thank you so much for being here and letting me have this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
So the way your career started, right? It's been like a super hit, like a blockbuster, and you worked with an actor who's been in the industry for over a decade.
Yeah.
And you've also done that when you worked with Ranveer Singh, like very initial stages of your career. So was there any sense of nervousness that comes along with it, and if it does, how do you navigate that?
You're talking about Jayeshbai?
Both, I mean.
Both. So honestly, with Arjun Reddy, it was really different because it was my first film. It was, we all were new. Like I was new, Sandeep was new. It was his first film. Vijay had done like 2 films before that. But he was just trying to,
Right.
make his name there. So everything was new. So it was just this energy where we wanted to just do something. We were so passionate. We all like wanted to make cinema, we wanted to do stuff. So that it comes from that. So we were like really like, that's why we 3 bonded, and that we 3 wanted to make a good. We wanted to really like. Sandeep was struggling to become a director. I wanted to act. So that it comes from. So I was not more than nervous. I was really excited back then. I was extremely excited. I was feeling really grateful that I was getting to do what I love. And I really liked the people that I was working with, and so that was that. But having said that, when it comes to Jayeshbai, the whole thing was very different because it's with YRF. I have always, everybody dreams of working with YRF, especially when you've grown up in this small town and then you've seen all these films while growing up, and that's your dream, to be a Yash Raj actor, right? And then I did not know that the film had Ranveer Singh, because I was testing for it, knowing that it was a Yash Raj film. But I was told later when I got selected that, oh, so it was with Ranveer Singh, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I wanted to read the script because I just wanted to know what the film is about. So yes, I was obviously nervous, mostly because I was just working with Yash Raj to begin with, and then I was nervous that because Ranveer is a great actor, we all know that, and so I was just nervous that is everybody going to judge me on the set, and I have to like really keep up with it. So yes, it comes with that, but it also like of course you're nervous with every film, every first day, but with that I was so damn excited. I was so happy. I was just overjoyed. I couldn't sleep. Every day I was just overjoyed. I couldn't believe, because for me it's a dream come true, also because nobody from my family is from the film business, right? And I also come from a family where we're taught to like be engineers, be doctors, and to keep studying and to do 9-to-5 jobs, and it was just a dream come true.
Right. I'm sure it must be like a surreal feeling.
Oh, it was damn. I still feel surreal, at times, yeah.
So since we're talking about Jayeshbai Jordaar, one of the things that obviously must have been very difficult, and how you would manage that is acting with that whole that belly that you had. I don't know how they do it, but how did you was it like very difficult?
It was.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I thought it's good. So I tried to be more like, I tried to be really cool at the beginning, telling my directors that I think we should give some weight to the prosthetic.
Okay.
I don't know why I did that, because I literally messed my back up. And it was because I was wearing a sari, so I just also during the lunch time or whenever we were not shooting, I couldn't take it off and like sit properly. So it really messed my back. It was physically extremely challenging.
Right.
But I learned so much. It taught me a lot of patience. It also taught me, it just taught me body manners and stuff and everything. So it was just a very different, very challenging experience. More than emotionally, it was physically extremely challenging.
Yeah, and especially in those scenes, right, when you're running through the grass, or that fake beating up thing is happening.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of movement,
and
that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
And is it that you have to be careful, like, you have to keep it in place or something like
that?
Yeah,
so I used to, basically, I used to remind myself that you cannot run like an athlete. You're pregnant, okay? And also I'm wearing a sari, and I'm just obviously not used to wearing saris. So I was just sit weirdly, and then I had to really correct myself over and over again because of the body posture and the way she sits. And also she's she's a person who's really suppressed. So a suppressed person's body language, everything, but it comes with time. It took me some time, but I mean, I got adjusted to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we talk about these films that you've done, and you've done some really big films, right? And you're 6 years into your career now?
Yeah.
2017, right?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, 2017. How does one deal with that surge of success coming so quickly to them? Because not everyone has their first film to be such a blockbuster, right?
Yeah. I honestly, I didn't think, obviously when we were doing it out of love and everything, right? And it was just that, oh, I'm getting to work in a film, I'm so happy, I was just overjoyed with everything. I didn't care about what was going to come, and I didn't expect anything. But when it came, it was just amazing, because when people started loving, especially down south, people are damn lovely. They love you like their own, and they really, I mean, when they say things, that say as if you're their own. So that love was too much to take, but it was just lovely. It was amazing. It was the most greatest feeling to be loved. But you know what? The thing is, I'm somebody who, I don't know how it is, but I don't really, it has been there since the very first film. I don't really pay a lot of attention to I wouldn't sit down and think, oh my God, now it's successful. Oh, I'm going to be doing this. I just go with my gut and my feeling, and I love experiencing things. So I just try to be in that moment to take all that love. So I'm always overjoyed with everything that's coming my way, rather than just sitting and be like, oh, now it's successful, now I'm going to do this. I don't calculate and think. I'm not somebody who calculates a lot. I was very bad in math also. So that.
So one more thing is that, these films that you've done, there is a very, you've definitely left a strong mark with your role, right? Your roles, yes, they've been significant, but the nuances, stuff like, that whole submissive, scared face that you're pretending when you're getting beaten up. And at the same time, that it's kind of it's a joke, and you're transitioning into that little laughing and stuff like that. In what ways do you prepare for this? Because I mean, it's quite a challenging thing, especially with what we talked about with that thing, right?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's very challenging because I'm somebody who's not, I don't understand how to play that, because first of all, my personality is a little loud. And to be that suppressed woman and not, because my instincts come out, right? My instinct is to if somebody is talking to me like that, how dare, it just comes out. I've been like this. So it was very difficult in a way, because we did a lot of workshops. Obviously, we did a workshop for 2 months where to get into that body language, understand the whole psyche of that character, where is she coming from, because I also feel it shouldn't look dumb. Even if you're not feeling it, even if you don't understand that personality, to try to take that personality from somewhere, from someone around you. My mom is a little bit like that. She is somebody who's very quiet, take things from people, extremely polite when she talks, and her body language is so she was the closest reference I had. So I had to take things from her. So, I did a lot of conversations with my director. We spoke about so many things, and I mean, it's a part of the whole process. So it is very difficult for me to play somebody who's suppressed and somebody who doesn't like speak their mind is a very challenging thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, one of the questions I had, because of whatever I read about you and whatever I've seen, especially the fact that and I've not been able to pretty much get this. How does a girl studying in Global College of Engineering in
Shit,
Jabalpur?
why did you take that name? Okay.
Right?
You know, you Googled and all?
Of course I did.
Great.
Of course I did.
Nobody asked me that.
Yeah, so how does someone from Jabalpur, especially, like, you're in the north part of the country, you come to the south and do a Telugu film. And not even with a language that you were, like, very comfortable with.
Yeah.
And of course, I also read that you dubbed your own dialogues in that.
Yeah,
and despite all of those things,
Yeah.
I mean, firstly, it's a bizarre situation to think about.
Yeah,
from
it is a
outside.
very bizarre situation, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you were also nominated for Best Female Debut.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just, how does that happen? What was the process? What was the journey? Because
It was, when I tell somebody, nobody believes me, but this is the truth, that I literally, it was the most random thing that happened. And in fact, after that, I've started believing when they say that किसी भी चीज को बड़ी शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात. I'm telling you, it's literally that, because I've always wanted to become an actor. I was trying to like convince my parents. They were not getting convinced. And I was like, how do I do this? Because I don't know anybody. And then one day so I was on this literally random, somebody told me to be on this group, and I was in this WhatsApp group where all these audition things, they come up, and somebody from that group saw my picture on Facebook. It was a really bad picture. I don't know how they liked that picture. The guy, Sandeep liked it. Sandeep was like, I really want to meet this girl. We met, we clicked. He didn't even audition me. I heard the script that very day, and I signed it the next day. It was literally that random. Nobody believes me, but this is the truth.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just from your side and the director's side, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing of courage to
you
cast.
have a huge leap of faith.
Yeah, a huge leap from both the sides.
Both the sides, correct.
And because you're doing a film in a language which you're not even that well versed with.
I did not know anything about the language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You didn't know anything about the
well
language.
Versed, yeah.
Right. And the director is also so keen, because that would be a keen eye, I guess. A very.
No, Sandeep is amazing. I'm telling you, like he keeps. So this is the time I have to literally praise Sandeep, because he keeps telling me, do not praise me, and it's correct. It's true that he has always believed me from the very first day. So the character Preeti was written in a very different way when I read it, because Preeti was supposed to be tall, broad-chested, all of that. Okay. He had like all these details in his mind, but when he met me, I was like tiny, petite, and I was like, why? Why did you cast me? What made you cast me? And he says that when I started talking to you, we realized that we share the same passion, we share the same the zeal to work, and he was like, I saw it in your eyes that you could be my Preeti. And I realized that I also, while like talking to him, realized that, oh, it'll be lovely to work with this guy, because he comes across as a guy that will make anything with a lot of passion and love.
Right.
Somehow it happened. It just clicked.
Right. I mean, I guess it's quite inspirational for a lot of people that are, from not the conventional film background, as you say, or and in your case especially, your parents were even against that particular profession, right? To take that leap of faith and finally go through that. When you were taking that leap of faith, despite knowing the fact that you are, like, people are telling you that this might be a very risky thing to do.
Yeah.
There are many times in the career that someone will be like, okay, you know what, let's leave this. What kept you motivated? What kept you going?
I have always been this very impulsive person, and sometimes it has really worked for me, being impulsive. I do not like encourage people being impulsive, but that honestly has worked for me. I have just taken decisions without even thinking about it too much. I have really followed my heart, and that's why when I think about it today, I had zero money in my account. I ran away from my family. I don't know why I did that, how I did it, but it was just this, which still happens, that even if I try to like take myself away from this, thinking that, oh my God, I don't think this is working for me. I don't think maybe this profession is not the right profession. Sometimes when you do think about these things, that is it working for me? Is it not working for me? There is something that keeps telling me that I don't know. I mean, it's going to happen. So just keep doing it. It feels right. I don't know how to like really talk about it, but it just feels right. There's something that makes it feel right. So I think from the very beginning that has been the case. I've been very impulsive, and I really follow my heart when it comes to my profession, and it has worked in my.
I mean, as long as it works for you, I guess it's good, because with impulse,
it could have gone so wrong. I mean, it could have gone really wrong for a girl to just run away without telling the parents anything, without any money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sorry to say, but it could have gone really wrong in so many ways, but it just didn't. It was in fact the most memorable experience of my life. I had the best 6 months, and it just happened. So I think that something was protecting me, something was telling me to do this. I was right at that moment.
I guess intuition is definitely one of the strongest, strongest things. So, you know, the fact that you've done a Telugu film, you've worked in Tamil films. What made you decide that, okay, you know what, now I want to get into Hindi films? Was the YRF dream?
Nothing. I mean, I was just literally going with the flow. I was just trying to, like, I remember one day, I was just so doing these different kind of films with different languages. I mean, it's very difficult, because it's not your language. Then you have to perform a scene. So first you have to really guess, okay? You have to really ratify. How much ever ratify you do, you can't, like, those emotions, it's very difficult to, like, you know, improvise. You can't improvise. You're like stuck in those few lines. So one day I remember I really cried, because I was like, I really want to speak I want to speak in Hindi. I want to, like, if it will be so lovely if I can speak in Hindi, right? And I remember that very week we went to some cafe, and Shanu saw me, and then next day I went to a different cafe, and there was Shanu again, and she saw me again, and she texted me. So it just literally began with that.
Things are just coming your way in that sense.
No, right? I'm doing a lot of hard work also, guys.
Like,
let's not.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. No. I mean, it's just that by what I mean is that you're taking a gamble, and it is working.
It's working for me.
Yeah. So I mean, and you know, the fact is that, okay, yes, you're speaking in these languages, but at least from what I can say and what I saw in Jayeshbai, you're managing to get the accent in the way of speaking as well. And
are you, like, really, like, do you really believe that? Did you feel that?
Yes, of course, I did.
Okay. I asked this to everybody. I mean,
no, I genuinely felt that. That's the reason why this question came up in my head. That, you know, if you're someone who's been a part of these films and, like, from the South, because, you know, generally we have a lot of actors that, you know, that come from the South here, go from here to the South. Yes, there are a few that manage very well, but not everyone manages to just seamlessly fit in like that. So with the whole accent thing, is there a particular kind of training that you do? Yeah,
we did for Jayeshbai, we did a 2-month workshop. In that workshop, we also doing this dialect. We also did this dialect coaching, where this guy came, and then he was through and through with us. And we did a lot of, like, it was definitely very difficult, because we didn't want to make it extremely, like, cartoonish. We had to, like, make it authentic, and also I had my weird dialect. Like, I don't even know what my dialect is, because it's all just mixed now. It's Hindi, English, Telugu, Tamil, everything is mixed. So usko, you know, to break that and to have a dialect which should seem that it's naturally coming to you, it took 2 months. It was difficult, but it's the process. And I actually like doing the workshops, and I like, because it's just so much fun to learn a different dialect, to learn a different kind of language also.
I mean, I guess enjoying the process is one of the most important things, which is what will motivate you to go through that process again. Because not everything is just what you're seeing in the big screen, right?
Correct.
If you only enjoy the final product, then you're going to be like, oh, I have to go through this again. And then that final product is not the final product that you want. Right? So, out of all of these roles that you've done, what's been the most challenging, and what's been your your favorite one?
I mean, if I think about the experience, I have to say that, I mean, nothing beats your first experience. Nothing beats your first experience. And Arjun Reddy was the first time that I was acting literally on camera, and I loved the people I was working with. I mean, Sandeep is one of my closest friends now, which is also a very good friend. So, I mean, we became such good friends. It was just, so I always, when I think about a very good experience, of course, then working in Jayeshbai, working in different Tamil films, Telugu films, and also, like, doing films here, of course, they have their own set of experiences, but I think nothing beats your first experience. So it's just
Fair.
in every which way, emotionally, every which way.
Fair.
Yeah.
Apart from, these great performances, you also sang a song. Na Praname?
Okay. Oh my God, yeah.
You forgot.
Yeah, because nobody's ever asked me that.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that, because I don't even know what question to ask. I just thought I'll mention it.
Yeah.
So just tell me something about that.
Nothing. I mean, that was just a. I love singing. Okay. I think in my head I'm a very good singer, but it's just that I feel that I'm a good live singer rather than like somebody who can record in like.
Okay.
You can go to a recording studio, and I think that's my dream. One of my dreams is to like have my own band, perform in front of the people, because I think I'm a very good performer, and I think I love being on stage because I've done theatre. So it was just a thing that I loved singing, and these people who I did this with are my friends. They have a band, and they're from Bangalore. They have a band called Lagori. And they were like, let's do something together. I was like, great, working with friends, doing something that you love. So it was just a very random thing that we did. But yeah, it was a very sweet experience. Like, I forgot about that song. Yeah. But I have to say that I realized when I dubbed it, I realized that's not my thing. Because it's just very difficult to. I'm not a singer, obviously. I'm just. My mom was a music teacher, so I mean that's why it has been there always in our family. But I think I'll enjoy the live thing more, because then you get to perform, you get to be on stage. I like the whole thing. But rather than being on a studio and dubbing, it's very difficult. I mean, I'm just not a trained singer.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you've done theatre, and I mean, very very basic little bit. I used to do theatre in school.
Oh, nice.
So I know that feeling of seeing the audience and
and the live reaction.
The adrenaline is there. Like I'm gonna do this, and I can see it on their faces as to how they're taking it in. So definitely a very different kind of excitement when you're just in front of people, and it's a do or die kind of a thing.
Correct.
So a lot of actors have to now partake in a lot of different things rather than just their acting, right? Like for example, you being here for this interview.
Correct.
Right. Just like that, how important do you think social media has become now for an actor?
It's very important. It's just. And to each its own, like some people really enjoy it, some people just do not enjoy it and they do it for the sake of the business. And I have my own days where I enjoy it, I don't enjoy it, sometimes I completely do not enjoy it at all, but I have to do it for the sake of the business. And it is also, it's a medium that you connect with your fans so directly, where you can they can get an access to your life and everything. And it is extremely important now for brands, everything. In fact, that has become a profile. I mean, that's a profile, that's how somebody wants to see you and how you are, and they've seen you in particular movies. That's how they refer, like go and check my Insta profile and they have to see you. So it's honestly very very important. I have my days when I like it, I don't like it at all. So but it is important.
Fair. I mean, I guess the fever's caught on so strong that even when people meet each other, they don't take each other's numbers anymore.
Yeah, they follow each other on Instagram.
I've actually had friends whose numbers I've taken months later.
Yeah.
Because no, you're not needed it. You're texting each other, okay, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes on Instagram. Oh, where are you? I'm opposite this. It's just the same thing.
Correct.
Right? So, talking about social media, what is the funniest comment that you've seen on any of your posts? Like most bizarre, like one of the most, name a few,
So it's so funny, like people because they've seen me being chubby in Arjun Reddy. Now that I've lost a lot of weight, I've always been lean. First of all, I had to put on weight for Arjun Reddy. They don't know this. They think that I've always been chubby. So there is this one comment that keeps popping that, can you go back to being chubby? Can you go back? I'm like, but guys, that is not a switch on, switch off. Like, it's not that today I'm going to be chubby, today I'm going to be lean. No, I feel like people think that I don't eat food. So they think, oh my God, you don't eat food. Are you starving yourself? Now we like you being chubby. Are you not eating food at all? Are you feeling lean? Are you feeling weak? Are you sick? I'm like, no, I feel healthy. I feel my best, and it's not about being chubby or not. I have never been chubby. Like, my face had been chubby, obviously, because I had baby fat, but I've always been a lean person. So, like, people think that I've always been chubby and I've lost weight for the sake of being in the industry. No. I've always been a lean kid and an athletic
In fact,
kid.
the sake of the industry is what made you put on the weight. Right?
Yeah, I mean, opposite. In fact, even in Jayeshbai, where everybody wanted me to put on weight, and for me to put on weight is a little difficult because touch wood, I have really like high metabolism and I was a swimmer since my 5th standard, so it's a bit of a challenge. So I forgot the question. So yeah, great.
So, we were talking about the comments.
So yeah, you got the answer, right?
Right. I got my answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you see yourself ever, like now you've done films predominantly, do you see yourself ever being a part of like an OTT series anytime soon?
I am doing an OTT series actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, nothing is out right now. Nothing has been announced, but yeah, I mean, once it's a very exciting show, and I love the people that I'm working with. It's been a great experience.
Nice. I mean, it's not, no information is out. That's the probably the reason I don't know. Because
correct.
I ended up finding out things about you that you forgot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Nobody has ever asked me that. Yeah.
So, what are your top 3 shows that you're watching on OTT? Shows or film, whatever, like OTT releases.
So I saw Farzi, and I love Raj and DK's work, and I just love the way they basically the way the way they film actually. I've loved The Family Man, so I really liked Farzi. Then I've not seen Jubilee, but I've been hearing such great stuff about Jubilee, and I think I really want to watch it. So that's something that I'm going to watch. What's the third one? What have I seen? I really loved Euphoria.
Okay.
I loved Euphoria. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So my next question, normally what I end with is what's next for you, which is now the OTT series. But is there anything else that is in the works?
So there's this film that I did with Yash Raj. That's also, we've not announced it. So, but it was done way before now. I mean, we were all planning when to like really announce it and get it out. But it was another film that I did. It was a periodical film. Very exciting, extremely amazing script. Great people to work with. Had a ball of a time to work on that film, and I can't wait for that to come out. So these are the 2 things that are that has to come out now.
This is Maharaja, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's out.
This is
like,
this is
it's
that.
Maharaj.
It's that
correct.
One. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much
I
for
hope
having
you
me.
had a nice time.
Yes, I did.
It was
I hope you had a nice time too.
Definitely.
Nobody asked the interviewer ever, but
Somebody finally asked me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So thank you so much for this interaction.
Thank you for having
I definitely hope to see a lot more of your work, and hopefully to take a lot more interviews with you.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to Radio City.